Hello and welcome to the final installment of Empower Yourself Self-Defense. My name is Elizabeth, and today we're going to be talking about how to use your surroundings to your advantage. So this video should be a lot of fun because it's going to be all about using things that will be actually around you in an attack to defend yourself and to help you get out of there. So it's going to be especially useful for women because I'm going to be using things that you would find in a typical purse and teaching you how to incapacitate an enemy with it and how to just use it to distract them enough to let you get away. So firstly, one thing that a lot of people know, if you have your keys with you, you can use them to either just stab somebody's eyes out like that, or one thing that I really like is if you put the keys in between each finger and then you make a fist, you can use that to make a single punch even stronger. So you could punch somebody in the face with that, you can punch them in the stomach, that wouldn't feel too good. Or you could just stab somebody's eyes out with your keys. But they're very dangerous, so obviously don't do this unless you're actually in trouble. But that can get somebody away from you, just using your keys. Another thing you can do if you have a lanyard or headphones or something, you can actually almost use it to strangle somebody. So if you wrap it around their neck, it's obviously not going to feel good. So you can distract them through that. You could actually probably get them unconscious with it. But there's a lot of uses for headphones and things. I would suggest wrapping it one or two times around, possibly even more than that, and then if you just attack their throat with it. Just be careful, because if somebody's not actually trying to kill you, that might kill them. So don't intentionally kill people. Killing is bad. So also if you have any kind of gift card or credit card or anything, you can use it to slash across somebody's throat. You could stab them with it. Basically, that's sharper than your hand would be, so it's gonna do more damage. It'll distract them, and it could just confuse them enough that they stop attacking you. A lot of this also goes with the intimidation factor. So if it looks like you know what you're doing, somebody's probably going to be less likely to attack you. So you'll be in better shape for that. Another thing that can be really useful, if you have breath spray or perfume or anything that's sprayable basically, you can use it almost like mace. So if you spray it in somebody's eyes, it's not going to feel too good, and it's probably going to blind the person, temporarily at least. So that should give you enough time to run away, but you gotta be careful because that is pretty much considered assault. So unless they're actually doing something to warrant you spraying them in the eye with something dangerous, probably shouldn't be doing it. So, but if you do have to, that's a really good way to distract them enough. One other thing you can do if you have your wallet or something, if you throw it behind them or at them, you can hit them in the face with it. But also if there's money in it, or even if there isn't, if they see a wallet going towards them or past them, they're probably going to stop and go check and see it, because money is good. So people typically want money, and if that's what they're going for the whole time, if you throw them your money, you can keep running, they'll go to check to see if you have money. So that could get them away from you, give you time to get away, and just keep you safe, because if it's an option between your life and money, probably going to choose your life. So other than that, anything else that you have in your purse or anything else you have on your person, maybe gum or chapstick or something, you can use it as a projectile. So if you just throw the things at them, they're going to be pretty confused, probably pretty distracted, and that could be the edge you need to just get away. So if you throw it and it hits them in the face, all the better. So one more thing you can do with something you probably actually have with you right now is if you have a whole bunch of hair ties, you can launch them like you would with a rubber band. So if somebody gets hit in the face with that, they're probably not going to keep coming at you. And if you do, and you have more, if you hit them enough times, they will probably stop. So to finish off this whole segment thing, if you don't know what else to do, if you've exhausted all your other options, you can always just throw an entire purse at them. Because if they get hit in the head with this, or even just hit in the stomach, I don't know about you, but my purse is pretty heavy. So if you throw your purse, yeah, you lose your purse, and that's kind of sad, but it could save your life. It could distract them enough to get away. So it's always the last option. So besides all those, just like things that are on your person. So if you've got like a necklace, you could take that off and use it to try and strangle somebody. If you've got bracelets, you could throw those at somebody. Like there's a lot of different things. You can even take your shoe off, especially if you're wearing like high heels. Those are really good to like attack with the end of because it's sharp and it's pointy. It's basically a knife. Even if you just take your random shoe off and throw it at somebody, like it's gonna distract them, and if it hits them in the face, it could convince them that you're not gonna be messed with. So beyond that, like if you have a hat on, a hat could be an easy projectile. If you've got a belt on, that can be used as like a whip or a strangulation thing, or it can just be used to intimidate people. So if you don't happen to have anything like that with you, or you've already used everything, or you're a guy and don't carry a pocketbook, there's still a lot of other things you can do to fend somebody off using just the things around you. So if you're in like a residential neighborhood and there's like a wooden stake in the ground, or like those little plastic flag things about lawn treatments, or the plexiglass stick things that say where like driveways are, all of those can be used as weapons. So you can hit somebody with them, you can like stab somebody with them. There's a lot of different options. Basically, it just gives you a better range of attacks. Also, if you're in like a neighborhood with kids or anything, if there's like toys on the lawn, like baseball bats, soccer balls, any sort of like riding toy or anything, you can use those to either swing at the people, use as projectiles. You could even like roll a wagon into them. And if you hit somebody in the legs with a wagon, they're probably going to fall over, probably not going to attack you anymore. So it's just more things you can do. So if you are in a place like that, just keep your eyes open for anything that can be used as a weapon. So if you don't see like a wooden stake or a baseball bat or anything really useful like that, you can always just pick up a stick, because that'll give you a lot extra range. You can hit somebody with, you can poke them with it, or it could just intimidate them into realizing that you're probably not an easy target, so they should probably find a different person to attack. So because of that, that can like distract them enough, or it can just convince them not to deal with you. If you're in like a city or something, anything that's on the ground, especially like empty bottles, would be really good, because you can just hit somebody over the head with that, and in all the cartoons and everything, like that knocks people out. But even just the broken glass could be a good weapon or a good distraction. Other than that, if there's like a random pipe on the ground, a crowbar, any sort of trash or anything, that can be really good to throw at somebody or to hit somebody with. Like, just keep your eyes open and be creative. So besides like actual weapons that you can find, like just things around you can be used as hiding places, distractions, just extra elements to add a different dimension to the fight. So if there's like a building that you can hide behind and then jump out at the person from, or if you can just get around the side of the building and get away. If there's a tree, you can hide behind the tree. If there's like a low hanging branch that you can like throw into somebody's face or swing back, like there's a lot of things you can do that people don't usually think about, but they can really help you. When it comes to attacking, like intimidation is a really good thing to use, because if you've got a whole arsenal of weapons and it seems like you know what you're doing, people are probably going to be less likely to attack you or to continue attacking you if it looks like they're going to get beaten easily. So just kind of in conclusion, like pay attention to what's around you, keep your senses open, and anything can be used as a weapon in the right hands. So just be creative. Even if it doesn't look like it could be very useful, it still gives you another advantage because it's one more thing that you can use to attack. Well, I think that's it. So this is the last video. Hope you enjoyed the whole series, and hope you learned something and feel better about defending yourself. So if you have any questions, obviously let me know. I'm happy to help with anything, but other than that, just stay safe.